Welcome to Introduction to Psychology. Introduction. Lecture notes created by Dr. Michael J. Alicea, Adjunct Professor, Miami-Dade College, Social Science Department, Kendall Campus. We believe you will all come to appreciate and develop, by examining the issues that will be covered in class, the relevancy of the course contents, as it applies to gaining a further appreciation of this foundation course in psychology. This course provides an overview of the field of psychology. You will learn about the biological and environmental bases of behavior, and theories and concepts in such areas as personality, intelligence, learning, motivation, emotions, and mental illness. You will also learn to increase your knowledge about the brain-body connection and applied neurosciences. You will spend the first day of class getting familiar with the structure and expectations of this course. A large amount of material will be covered this semester. Please read ahead prior to the class lectures. Additional information about the class will be provided in the syllabus. Please read the syllabus if you have the time prior to class. Your instructor will be reviewing the syllabus with you in class. We are hopeful that you will acquire much from this course and enjoy the experience as well. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, your instructor will be available to meet prior to and after class time. We look forward to working with everyone throughout the semester, and thank you for enrolling in the course. What is psychology? Psychology is defined as the scientific study of behavior and mental processes. The four basic goals of psychology are to 1. Describe, 2. Explain, 3. Predict, and 4. Control or influence behavior and mental processes. Please take this opportunity to copy the YouTube crash course hyperlink video on Introduction to Psychology. The origins of psychology can be traced back to the writings of great philosophers such as Aristotle, a Greek philosopher who wrote about topics such as sleep, dreams, the senses, and memory. René Descartes, 1596-1650, a French philosopher, promoted a doctrine called interactive dualism, the idea that the mind and body are separate entities. Today, psychologists continue to debate the relationship between mental activity and the brain. Early philosophers also laid the groundwork for the nature-nurture issue, which continues to be central to psychology. Today, the debate is often framed in terms of the interaction between heredity, nature, and environment, nurture, rather than a competition between the two. Physiology is a branch of biology that studies the functions and parts of living organisms. Physiologists' early scientific discoveries led to the idea that scientific methods could be applied to issues of human behavior and thinking. German physiologist Wilhelm Wundt, 1832-1920, published his landmark text, Principles of Physiological Psychology, in 1874. In 1879, he opened the first psychology research laboratory at the University of Leipzig. Wundt defined psychology as the study of consciousness and emphasized the use of experimental methods to study and measure consciousness. German physiologist Wilhelm Wundt, 1832-1920, published his landmark text, Principles of Physiological Psychology, in 1874. In 1879, he opened the first psychology research laboratory at the University of Leipzig. Wundt defined psychology as the study of consciousness and emphasized the use of experimental methods to study and measure consciousness. William James, 1842-1910, was an American physiologist and psychologist whose dynamic views had an enormous impact on the development of psychology in the United States. His ideas became the basis for a new school of psychology, called functionalism. Functionalism stressed the importance of how behavior functions to allow people and animals to adapt to their environments. Functionalists examined how psychology could be applied to areas such as education, child rearing, and the work environment. Like Charles Darwin, James stressed the importance of adaptation to environmental challenges. An outstanding teacher, James wrote Principles of Psychology, published in 1890 in 2 volumes. In 1878, Stanley Hull, 1844-1924, received the first Ph.D. in psychology awarded in the United States. He established the first psychology research laboratory in the United States at Johns Hopkins University in 1883. He began publishing the American Journal of Psychology. In 1892, Hull founded and was elected the first president of the American Psychological Association, APA. Mary Quayton Calkins, 1863-1930, was an American psychologist who conducted research on memory, personality, and dreams, established a psychological laboratory at Wellesley College in 1891, wrote a well-received textbook titled Introduction to Psychology, and was the first woman to be elected president of the APA in 1905. Although she completed all the requirements for a Ph.D. in psychology at Harvard, Harvard refused to grant her the degree because she was a woman.